Good morning and welcome to our weekly briefing. I'm Kevin Harrison, Community Engagement Coordinator for the Division of Diversity and Community Engagement. These weekly briefings are being held in an effort to keep the campus and public better informed about the changes occurring at Wichita State University. Before we get started though, let me say this. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Shocker Nation. All right, and so you can tell by the crowd response that we're alive and vibrant this morning. If you're not here, you should be asking yourself, why not? Because this is certainly the place to be. In fact, let's take a brief moment to acknowledge the students, staff, and community persons in attendance today. Once again, let's have you give yourselves another round of applause for being here today. Following our university update and today's featured topic, there will be time for questions, and we do encourage you to ask those. Here we go. The Project Wichita Community Survey findings have been released. The findings are a result of nearly 14,000 responses from across the community and comprise 42 priorities for the region's future. The survey was conducted by WSU's Public Policy Management Center on behalf of the Greater Wichita Partnership. In addition to playing a vital role in connecting with citizens and identifying these priorities, Wichita State University is also instrumental in helping make them a reality, with the university currently addressing 7 of the top 10, including creating opportunities to retain college graduates, increase educational opportunities to meet the changing requirements for the workforce, support career pathways and job development, encourage citizens and police collaboration for improved public safety, support after high school education to grow the regional economy, develop strong talent retention strategies for the regional workforce, and grow different types of businesses and industries. WSU recognizes that its strategic plan aligns with meeting these needs and will continue to leverage its resources for the benefit of the city, the state, and the region. With its commitment to building a better community for all citizens, WSU's Division of Diversity and Community Engagement, in collaboration with CORE, Community Operations Recovery Empowerment, will host a Taking Action on Violence community meeting tonight from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Center, located at 1914 East 11th Street. If you can make it, we'd love to see you there. Attendees are encouraged to bring their ideas on how together we can address the increase in violence in our community. This event is free and open to the public. In recognition of National Suicide Prevention Week, faculty, staff, and students are encouraged to participate in #WSU We Support You Day on Thursday, September 13th. The Student Government Association and Counseling and Testing Center will sponsor an event that day called Know the Signs, Save a Life from 2 to 5 p.m. in the RSC Ballroom. Participants will hear stories of hope and resilience and receive suicide prevention training. T-shirts will be given away starting at 1:30 while supplies last. The event's special guest is Terry Moses, Wichita Public Schools Director of Safety Services. Events like these are just one facet of the comprehensive mental health services available through Counseling and Testing Center. Other services offered include affordable individual and group therapy, psychological and career assessments, workshops, seminars, and more. As part of his cross-country back-to-school tour, Scott Stump, U.S. Department of Education Assistant Secretary for Career, Technical, and Adult Education, will visit WSU Tech from 1 to 3 p.m. Monday, September the 10th. Stump will participate in a roundtable discussion with area superintendents and leaders in industry and business and get a first-hand look at how Kansas' largest technical college is training tomorrow's workforce. WSU Tech is also recently ranked number 2 among the Chronicle of Higher Education's fastest growing colleges from 2006 to 2016. This ranking compared WSU Tech with 952 other two-year institutions. WSU Tech grew 418% during that decade. At Wichita State, every student has the opportunity to bridge the gap between the classroom and the real world through applied learning and research. Our unmatched industry partnerships create opportunities for students to get hands-on and build a real resume. They get a chance to work side by side with peers, professors, and industry professionals, getting training and experience that equips them for the competitive job market while helping meet industry demand for highly skilled professionals and leaders. Today's featured speaker, Dr. William Parcell, Department Chair and Associate Professor of Geology, will talk about the applied learning opportunities available to Shocker Geology students, where they take their classroom learning and apply it in an intensive 4-week field camp in the Bighorn Basin of Wyoming and Montana. At this time, I'll turn the podium over to Dr. Parcell.
Field camp at Wichita State University is a 6-credit course. It's a 4-week intensive course in the Bighorn Basin of Wyoming.
It's not like a lot of other majors where you can do it in the classroom. I mean, there's a point where you have to get out there and see it in real life and actually learn it. And that's why field camp's important, because there's only so much you can do with your local geology.
We're out hiking, you have to get your bearings, and you're kind of out in the middle of nowhere doing your thing, and again, trial by fire. If you don't know how to use that compass, you better learn pretty quick.
Dr. Parcell gave us all of the tools we needed. So he gave us really great tips and advice. He wouldn't just spoon feed us answers. He gave us the tools to allow us to gain our independence geologically.
You're not going to get any answers, and that's important. That's an important part of field camp. You have to learn what you're doing, and a big part of that is not getting the answers. A common answer we get from some of the TAs is, "You're the geologist, you tell me." And it's annoying when you're out in the field trying to wonder what kind of rock this is, but it's really cool in the long run because you're going to learn a lot more that way. You're going to actually know what's going on.
In the beginning, they're very apprehensive, and by the end, they understand how to pull multiple facets of geology together.
Social time is awesome here at camp. It's just fun.
And all of a sudden you find out you've got a friend that you didn't have, and that's pretty cool.
It's like I have known these people for years, even though I've only really known them for a couple of weeks.
And I think one of the advantages that the Wichita State Field Camp has is that we aren't just driving, getting out and looking at the roadside geology. We're out there and we're hiking, and while you're learning, you're seeing beautiful country. I don't know how many people in our field camp have actually been out to this area. I'd never been out here, and for an opportunity to, not just get your degree and earn 6 credit hours, but to see the Tetons and Yellowstone and just the geologic history that's around you, it's phenomenal. It's an amazing opportunity.
Okay, well, good morning. Hi, I'm Will Parcell. I'm the chair of the geology department at WSU. I'm also the director of the summer field camp program, this month-long course that runs out in Wyoming and Montana. The video you just watched gave you a glimpse into our field camp. It's the capstone course for WSU geology students. And geology as a discipline is applied and field-based science. And to be successful in industry, careers in industry, in government, and in academia, geology students need to go beyond a set of textbooks and become practicing scientists, working as a team to collect data, analyze what they found, and make solid interpretations that can guide industry and guide government into making decisions about our natural resources. Right? In short, applied learning must be part of their education here at WSU. Applied learning, as it's commonly defined, occurs when students develop the knowledge, the skills, and the values from personal direct experiences that go beyond the traditional lecture and lab. And that's field camp in a nutshell. It's a microcosm of that. Right? This isn't a new concept to geology. For the past century, field geology and a multi-week field camp experience has been one of the foundations of a geoscience education. And it's one of the best ways to train students for a wide variety of careers in industry, government, and academia. WSU has renewed our commitment to field camp and expanded our program because we feel and believe it's essential for our students' success. We continue to hear this from our alumni and friends in industry. This has been seen with donations from a number of alumni and friends including Wayne, most recently, Wayne Woolsey, chairman of the local oil company, Woolsey Companies, who told us that one of the main reasons he just recently gave a large donation to field camp is his strong belief in the value of field work to provide real-world experiences in this complex discipline. So field camp is a real-world experience. It's also a very intense experience. Every summer, our camp travels to the mountains of Wyoming and Montana for this month-long course. It's 24/7. You can't escape it. You're there for a month, right? And here you learn to apply the hard skills that they learned in the classroom, all right, in multiple geologically complex places. So, in brief, all geologists need basic field skills in whatever job they end up in. So this includes the ability to read and locate on topographic maps, read satellite and air photos correctly, recognize geologic relationships, and systematically collect and record rock descriptions and structural data while they're out there in the field. However, the mere observation and collection and recording of this data is insufficient. They have to be able to then analyze and interpret and integrate these maps and diagrams into a well-placed regional context. Right? Creation of geologic maps requires that students develop and use a wide variety of skills, and a lot of these they've learned over the years in the classroom. And during this process, students make selective observations, formulate and test hypotheses, and wrestle with the uncertainties of field data, the limited rock exposures. You see a lot of them just digging into the soil, trying to find a rock, and the interpretive nature, the essential interpretive nature of geologic information. So in short, they learn to think like a geologist and address types of decision-making processes that they will face in whatever the career they end up in. So be it industry, be it academics, be it government positions. So this can be a difficult transition for many students who, for the most part, has spent their majority of their education within the walls of a classroom, right? So then suddenly they're thrown out here for a month working in the field. I can't tell you how many times a student has come to me in the field, and this may be a WSU student or maybe a guest student. We now accept students from other universities into the program. But how many times a student has come to me in the field and to know if he or she has gotten, quote unquote, the right answer. That's not how it works in the camp. The answer isn't in the textbook. It's based on the evidence they collect in the field, and how they back up their interpretation and the story they build from the evidence they collect in the field. So, based on the evidence they collect and based on sort of geologic sound reasoning. So field camp teaches them, essentially, how to communicate as a scientist through maps, through oral presentations, etc. And employers tell us that these are the hard skills that they expect students to demonstrate when entering the job market. But field camp goes beyond the hard skills, as you could probably imagine, living out here for a month at a time, together, slammed together a month, you can't get away from each other, right? So it also requires students to apply a wide breadth of soft skills, as we call it now, right, soft skills, that employers find equally valuable and increasingly communicate that to us. As I said before, we live and work together 24/7. Field camp is an intense experience, and emotions generally run high. Group work on projects, as well as teamwork in daily life, is essential, and it probably goes without saying that we expect all the students to pull their weight in group projects. Right? But field camp is also a group living experience, and all are expected to fully participate in things like setting up and breaking down the camp every day. Right? Everybody has to pitch in. If you don't, then problems arise. Right? So field camp is at the mercy of unknown and unpredictable forces. As you can imagine, weather, mechanical breakdowns, the truck breaks down trying to get into the field, new locations, or locations we thought were there that aren't there anymore this year, road closures and unexpected events. And usually all of these occur each year. So students' patience and tolerances, as well as the instructors' patience and tolerances, are tested for things just as simple as if we may eat too late for their tastes, or because we get back from the field too late, or we wait too long between pit stops, or we get up too early, or we arrive too late back at camp, those kinds of things. So, overall, participants are expected to behave as members of the group, if you will, life experience, participating in and looking out for the group's morale through these 4 weeks and the group's welfare. We're out looking for each other for safety concerns and those kinds of things. Field camp continuously tests students' abilities to demonstrate a number of soft skills, and these include demonstrating a strong work ethic, demonstrating positive attitude as much as they can sustain it throughout camp, patience, flexibility and adaptability, good communication skills, teamwork, self-confidence and self-reliance, and the ability to accept criticism. Right? In short, we train the colleagues that you want to work with, not just can work with. So the Geology Field Camp demonstrates WSU's commitment to extend learning beyond the classroom through direct, practical experiences and the application of knowledge, skills, and personal character. So with that, I'd like to thank you for hearing me out, and I'll take questions, but first things first, I'd like to recognize the folks who put this video together. So Dr. Lisa Parcell and her students in the Elliott School of Communication came out a number of years ago and helped put this together. And we've gotten a lot of mileage out of these videos, so thank them. This was their applied learning experience as well. So thank you. I'll take questions. Okay, well, thank you. Yes. So we have around between 20 and 25 students usually, all right? And that was going to be my next thing I was going to say. So about half the students, a third to half of the students are from outside, from other universities that are taking advantage of our camp. And examples of universities that are sending us their students are Boston College, Franklin and Marshall in Pennsylvania, K-State, Missouri State, UNC Chapel Hill, Virginia Tech, Texas A&M, Corpus Christi, and as well as, like with Franklin and Marshall, smaller private schools, Whitman College and Youngstown State in Ohio. So they're coming from all over the country, and it's really good for our students and for them to experience people from across the nation. Everybody coming in with different perspectives and a little bit of different things that they learned in their 4 years of their geology education. So mash it up and let's see what happens in the field, right? So, yes? Oh, well, the question is about, I see, okay. So the question is, where do we get our food, and do we go into where we get our food, and what's the biology, if you will, the biology and ecology of the area? A little bit, when we get into Yellowstone, we talk about that. We're not chopping up chickens from Yellowstone, right? But no, we go to the grocery store. We make massive runs to the grocery store and buy hundreds of dollars worth of food and bring it back, and we do that. But right now, it's purely geology, but we could pull and integrate in other subjects at some point in time. So, yeah. Anybody else? Yes, sir. Oh, yes. So weather-related stories is the question. There's many. Well, I'll give you two. One is we cross over the Beartooth Mountains in Wyoming. Well, it's the Wyoming-Montana border. And we've run into blizzards in the middle of July on the top there. and there's still snow drifts 20 feet high, and we get to the top and we have a snowball fight. And we pretty much can do that every year. Well, we do it every year. We drive to the top and have a snowball fight in the middle of July. Another story is, sometimes we're out in the field miles away from the trucks that brought us out to the field. And one instance a number of years ago, it's a location called Sheep Mountain, way on the eastern side of the Bighorn Basin, very remote. There's no vegetation, nothing, which is great for geology because you can see all the rocks. There's nothing covering it up, right? So we're out there a couple miles from the trucks, and out of nowhere, like here in Kansas sometimes, the storm blew up in the middle of the field, and we got hailed on, and there's no place to hide. So everybody gets their backpacks. We work with what you have. We get our backpacks, and we hunker down in the field with the backpacks over our heads and just get pelted and wait till it passes. So, yeah. Anyway. Yes? So the question is who can sign up for the course. Right now, it's for students, geology students that have that are towards the end of their degree. So these are students, could be from WSU, could be from all over the country. So at the moment, that's how we run it. Yeah. But it sounds like a great experience for lots of other people that wanted to participate too. The life experience, the soft skills side of things. Right? So, anybody else? Okay. Yeah. Oh, one more. Yes. No, good. What would the cost be for the students on go the question is cost for the trip. The students will pay tuition, so it's a 6-credit class, and they're paying $1,000 to take the 6-credit course. And then on top of that, then they pay a fee that covers all the logistics and staffing and those kinds of things. So that's another couple $1,000. But with the current recent donations from our donors, we're now able to start reducing that significantly. In fact, we may be able to now reduce the fees down to nothing, zilch. So that now makes it much more economical for people to attend. Yeah. Okay. Okay, thank you.
All right, applied learning is certainly the future for Wichita State. We believe it's the future for education in general, and we're definitely proud to be a leader in that space, and we want to thank Dr. Parcell again for sharing with us how applied learning is being utilized in the geology department. At this time, I'll take any questions on today's updates or any other questions you may have. For questions that I'm unable to answer, I'll ask Joe Kleinsasser to follow up with you after this briefing. Please make sure that we have your information so that we can give your contact information to him. So what questions do you have? Yes. Okay. The question is, who is CORE and why is Wichita State partnering with this organization on the Taking Action on Violence? CORE is a nonprofit organization that was started by City Commissioner Brandon Johnson and his wife Danielle. They do a lot of great things in the community through this organization, a lot of community empowerment initiatives. They reached out to Wichita State, specifically the Division of Diversity and Community Engagement, and asked us if we would partner, and we agreed to do so. We want to be active in the community as possible, and like myself, so many of us love the city where we work, play, and enjoy our families. It's a great city, without question, but like other cities, we have our issues from time to time, and when those things occur, it's no exception. Everybody has to be all hands on deck. With 37+ homicides year to date, that's grounds for concern, and we'd be remiss not to leverage our resources, people, and energy to help maintain the integrity, character, and just the overall awesomeness of one of the best cities in the country. So, what other questions? Yes, sir. Okay, so the question was the increased number of traffic stops taking place and arrests on Wichita State, which I believe is in the Sunflower today as well. And if you think about it like this, the campus is making really strong efforts to make the community and the campus one rather than two separate things, to make it a lot more inclusive. So you see a lot more people riding bikes and walking on the walk paths, or like Dr. Bardo said, tossing pebbles in the lakes and things of that nature. We have a lot of places where they can dine. We have a lot of things where people can come and be entertained. So we want that. We embrace that. But with more traffic, there's going to be more traffic violations. And with more traffic violations, there's going to be more citations. It's just a numbers thing. The thing to think about is this, though, because I was one of those August traffic stops, and I was, and it was nothing malicious. I violated the traffic law, but the officer was polite and professional, and I guess if getting a ticket is pleasant, he was pleasant as well. So, what other questions might you have? No other questions? All right. Well, in closing, we would ask that you remain mindful of the vision and mission of the university. The vision is to be internationally recognized as the model for applied learning and research. The mission is to be an essential educational, cultural, and economic driver for Kansas and the greater public good. If there are no more questions, thank you for coming to today's briefing. The next one will be held at 10 a.m. Thursday, September 13th. In the meantime and in between time, to all shockers, movers, and doers, I am Kevin Harrison signing off.